where do you see yourself like in the next? Do you see yourself working with like some of the guys out of Cameroon, and who exactly would that be?
Personally, I believe that I would direct a film in Hollywood. Yeah, I know that I will do it. I feel that I feel it in me. I know that it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a matter of time because I already know exactly how I'm moving. And I'm not God, but I feel that if God is blessing, just like He has been blessing a lot, and if He continues blessing, my dream is to work on Hollywood set. That's where I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
and I am looking at it, and every day I'm asking myself how am I drawing closer to it? How am I working towards it? And there is one special thing God has done that I like so much. Most of the things I've ever said with my mouth often happen. So saying this, I'm feeling so happy that I said this.
Yeah, manifesting.
Yes, the things I say often manifest, and because when I say something, it means I've really looked into what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to achieve. So I believe that when the time will come, I will find myself there, and it will not be by luck. It's just that I'm working towards that. I'm planning to actually go to a film school properly.
Okay.
Yeah, I intend to go to a film school, a professional film school, and get the kind of training that I really want.
But do you think going to a film school is essential? In fact, what level of how do you evaluate the importance of going to a film school? And do you think going to a film school right now is going to really change the amount of effort that you put into doing whatever project that you're doing? Don't you think continuing with the way that, or continuing with the self-learning that you have been learning right up till now would go a longer way than having to get down and go to film school and everything?
Yeah, when I say I'll get to a film school is because you have to understand that the cinema culture of Africa is not the cinema culture of Europe, for instance, or America. Because some of the things we learn here to work as indie filmmakers in Cameroon work very well with us here at the level of the kind of things that we do. For example, the machines we use here, let's say we have some kind of limited equipment that we use, and we just make do of what we have. When I say I intend to go to a film school, it's not because I feel that what we are doing here is not enough. I feel that for me to be able to blend in well into what I'm looking at, I must introduce myself to their own culture and look at what I do not know about their culture. Because there must definitely be something about Hollywood and their movies that you who is doing film in Africa, you might know some, but you can't say that you know everything in its entirety. So that is the idea I mean by enrolling in a film school. And I still believe that even at that level, they still want to believe that you have a certain level of formal, training in this. Yes, somebody cannot just trust you with a $1 billion project because you used to do films in Africa and you were so good as an independent filmmaker. At least something should back that up, that okay, you went through this, you came from this and went to this and did this. So to me, that's how I look at it.
Even though I think in the world in which we live now, it's usually more about skill and about what have you done, and looking at about skill and the results of what you have done. I think even if you do not have a formal education and you have done the best thing that whoever has done in the world, and when I'm saying that, I'm thinking about Laxolu, for example, or something which is bigger than that. Nobody is going to fault you for not going not getting there.
That's very true. But you will still go back to the point that someone like King Stephen actually has some experience, and to an extent, maybe, I don't know, but if you look at someone, because it's for Douala that I know, because from what I know about Douala, he was formally trained as a cinematographer. Yeah, but I don't know very much about King Stephen. But I just think that experience still beats all of that. But it's still another advantage if you can be somewhere in some formal place. Of course, you pick up something that you didn't know about.
What do you think about the level of professionalism in that industry, though?
In Cameroon,
Yeah. In fact, if you had to rate professionalism in the film industry from 0 to 10, where would you? And you'd have to use 7, and you can't say 7. So, what is it going to be?
for professionalism in the industry, if you say professionalism as a whole, as everything, I would say Cameroon is like 5 or 4.5. Why am I saying 5? Because the way things work in Cameroon is not like it's not working. In fact, let me put it that way: it's not working because people are putting a lot of effort, and what they have to show is just too small. Like it's almost nothing. And in other industries, for instance, you can benchmark the success of someone. For instance, you can go to Nigeria now. Permit me just take an example in Nigeria because that's the people I've been studying. You can go to Nigeria now and you call a Nigerian film director or a producer who just made a successful film, right? And you ask him that, how did he get this project to be this way? He can give you a blueprint. This is what I did, and then I did like this and I did like this. You can even follow it and it will work. But in this country, nobody can tell you anything for real because it's like everybody is just trying. And sometimes if you want to follow the people that you are seeing that are making it, it becomes very difficult because you realize that there are so many other factors in the corner that you have no idea about. Yeah, so sometimes I can say that the Cameroon movie industry is a little misleading if you are not careful.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of producers that have invested money and have regretted. And I can tell you like that in every 5 films that have been produced in Cameroon, it's like 2 or 3 actually make the success that we celebrate. Most of the producers that I know from experience, they often just put their money and finally they're just crying. Or they're just looking for means to see if they can balance a little something. Yeah, so it means that something is wrong with the industry.
But it might not. Yeah, I understand everything you said, but you also understand that it's not just a Cameroonian thing, right? Because I think even in Hollywood, only like 10% of movies which are done in Hollywood even have like break even. So maybe it's kind of a difficult thing, I think, everywhere. But what do you think the Cameroon industry is doing right now?
That they are doing right. The quality of the
what
movies.
would you encourage in Cameroonian movies now?
Quality. Yeah, Cameroonians are really when Cameroonians want to do a good film, they do it. If you watch Cameroonian movies, you see quality. Yeah, when I say Cameroonian movies, I'm talking about productions that people take time to do. I'm not talking about I don't know how to call it, but Cameroonians don't produce too many films, but the few they do, when you watch it, you see good. You see that people they want to do it. Yeah, especially with the fact that the resources are not there. So when you see what they're doing, I would say that quality. Cameroon has very good quality movies.
Yeah, and what would you say needs to be ameliorated?
Pride, ego, cliques is what is killing the industry because people cannot comfortably celebrate one another.
We should be like, it should be like a given. Like your brother cannot be doing well and then you're not celebrating your brother.
It's crazy because, look at like the latest movie that has made a lot of waves in Cameroon, the Planters Plantation. Because I always like to research on stuff like that. I went around and I realized that so many big names in the industry didn't post it or even say anything about it. So really? How can an industry grow when people cannot celebrate somebody because he or she is not from their clique or from their entourage or something like that?
Also, the whole click thing. It's something.
Yeah, the click thing is really destroying the industry, and also misinformation. People are not informed rightly. People, film producers, people who want to invest money in the industry, most of them are not informed correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So you see somebody can invest money this year, and after he says me and that industry again, I'll never pass, because they didn't have the proper information. And then one thing too in Cameroon is that we produce films before thinking of what to do with it. Yeah, that's one of the worst things in Cameroon. We go to shoot a film before thinking about what we'll do with the film, which is supposed to be the other. You don't get up and go to shoot a film before thinking about what you want to do with the film. You have to be clear about what you want to do with the film before even getting to the set, because if you are aware of what you are doing, you will know the market. You will know your niche. You will know that this film, I'm doing this for these people. So this is how this film should be. This is how I will sell this film. And then you now go to shoot the film because you already have a market. But in Cameroon, we shoot films before thinking what should we do or who can buy this film. And in most cases, that's why films are shot. They don't see the light of day, because sometimes the producer sees that all the efforts were in vain. He just gets frustrated and dumps the thing somewhere.
Yeah, but how do you think we can fix it though? Because I think in order to build the industry, so to speak, we should be able to fix some of those things. How do you think we can fix it?
I think that it starts with educating filmmakers and identifying people. You know, one thing which goes back to the ego and pride that I was saying is that if the filmmakers that started in the industry and made some mistakes can come back to educate the ones that are coming, that okay, this is where we didn't get it right, we will have a better industry that is growing. People have to, before you pick your camera and go to shoot, you should have an idea first of all of why you are doing it, because everybody will